But enough of that, because here we are in our series and we do not have a Zerg player.
Yes, there will be no Mutiling Bane, and there will be no tanks and no medevacs. We are going to be having potentially Phoenixes, potentially cannons. I cannot wait here. As we start off on the romanticide, LE, of course, standing for Lovers Equations. Lovers Equations, that's when you math, and you're married. You're both math teachers. Or professors, or something along those lines. In the top left-hand corner of the map, starting all the way in the top left-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player, the Narazim. No, that's a different Tal'Darim Protoss player. He is coming out from the land of South Korea, powered by the morning sun, representing himself as well as every single one of his sugar puppy bears back at home. He is PartinG.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Romanticide LE, we have the Taiwanese Protoss player. He is blue, representing Alpha X. Just took down his countryman, Haas, 2-0, and now he's up against one of those other unhinged Protosses. How will he do? It is nice.
Does that make Nice the new presidente of the Haitian Republic?
I don't know if that's how it works.
It might. Oh, no hit boop.
No boop.
Both mineral walking. His face through each other. That's. Huh.
Is that deep? What does that mean?
Is it? They're just passing each other by? Question mark. They. Listen, I'm not the professora here. I'm the professora, but I'm not the professor.
There you go. There you go. Speaking of, I wonder what PartinG has planned here with this probe, as he is looking to throw down a proxy pylon here. Ooh, and mate, did he not? I guess he was mid-game. I was about to say, did he not just watch Haas try and do this against Nice? Like, mate, we'll see. We'll see if it works.
And we will. It could still be a robo facility. That's very rare nowadays in PvP, but I'm still holding out hope. If there was any player to go for the proxy robo instead of the proxy Stargate, I feel like it would be PartinG. Thankfully, he didn't neglect his scout. And that was what was worrying me for a while there. I was like, PartinG, sending a probe.
Yeah,
he, base of Nice.
He does confirm that, you know, everything is in the main base for Nice. We do see that it is a proxy Stargate, and this so far is playing out just like game number 1 of Haas versus Nice, where Nice is going for a Stargate as well. His Stargate is at home. He's up against a proxy Stargate, and last time he blindly threw down a shield battery in his mineral line to protect his workers. We'll see if he does so again. Otherwise, he could be in trouble.
Would it be in range? I guess right on the edge of that pylon it would be, yeah. But even still, you know, the upper gas, I don't think it's going to be covered by a shield battery. Could be wrong there.
I mean, it could just force PartinG to use the stasis ward, right? And I think that's a little bit more ideal because you can micro against that. We did see that, I mean, Nice didn't have the best micro in game number 1 there, but it was enough. He does go in, he does scout. He should see, hey, you have your gases. Where's your tech?
Yeah, you can't be banking this gas for nothing. You bank your minerals in a PvP, then you're just asking for trouble. I do like that PartinG is also going for a couple of adepts here to distract the stalkers of Nice, and there is no shield battery in the mineral line light.
Oh god, no, there is not. The Oracle does dive in, forces in a warp in here of stalkers, but there's nothing that shoots up, and oh god, the workers are falling.
6 of them. If he can get that sentry as well, that would be key, but he does run out of energy. 7 workers this early on. PartinG is 9 workers ahead. Absolutely massive in a mirror matchup. He just needs to make sure he doesn't fall to a counter harass or a counter aggression from Nice. He actually gets more.
GG.
Immediate GG, and
yeah.
I don't blame Nice over there. That was game-ending damage.
Nice. He assumed wrong. He was like, yo, okay, it's gonna be something else. He even had I don't know if you noticed, he had a shield battery at his natural. He was expecting a more like aggressive frontal push, and that is not what happened. Not at all.
That it was not. I think he saw the adepts in the middle of the map, and he was like, oh, they're just going like mass adept here. No. Very cheeky location there, selected by PartinG. If I have an off race as Protoss, that's what I'm going to do from now on Romanticide.
Oh god. Meanwhile, the search hole reminded me of something. There's an intro, there's a clip out there of you saying like the area, like the corner, the location of the base,
times.
like 10, yeah.
I was that the same clip where I did that, but also I was like continuing saying, we are spawning on Catalyst, the bottom right hand corner of Catalyst, here on Catalyst, the third player on Catalyst. That was 3 years ago at this point. I think that was literally one of the first times I casted.
2017. That was way back when, mate. Oh my god.
Beautiful. It's somewhere in exclamation mark Discord in the chat. We'll try to find it for you. But we are going to be continuing our best of 5 semifinals here on Lightshade LE, spawning here in the top left-hand corner map, spawning all the way to the top of the left-hand corner. We have the red Protoss player. What's that, sir? He is going to be representing himself as well as all of his sugar bears back at home. Sponsored by Corsair, coming out from South Korea. He is PartinG.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the Taiwanese Protoss player. He is blue, representing Team Alpha X. Currently down 0-1 in this best of 5. It is Nice.
And let's see what he gets done here. Of course, we talked about it for quite some time. Nice has been the #1 Taiwan player. I think that's pretty secure. Haas is still contesting him. Every now and then we see somebody like Rex or Butt always throw their hat in the ring, but Nice has pretty much been #1 in that region. So I fully believe he can take it to PartinG here, but it will definitely depend on what builds he goes for, I feel.
Yeah, like, I don't like saying this too often, but game #1 was kind of coin flippy in that, you know, Nice kind of rolled the dice. He was hoping that PartinG was going for something. PartinG went for something else completely, and he was kind of caught off guard, and it was GG. Like, it was
very much.
Pretty much, right? As soon as that Oracle went into the main base, it was kind of clear cut from there. And sometimes PvP can be like that. And as we can see, Nice,
build order losses are definitely very much a thing. It's not just, it doesn't just happen on the ladder.
True.
You can argue that in full-on series, like a best of 3, best of 5, there's a little bit more to it. You know, you can try to adapt to what your opponent's doing, or if you're the player who wins on the build orders, you can try to just be a bit more of a wild card and be a bit more unpredictable, but yeah, it's kind of tough.
Definitely. That's why it's kind of a rough start, losing or for the first game for Nice. But to be fair, again, I'm sure he's a strong enough player, or like mentally strong enough, where like game 1 happened, whatever, you know, things like that happen. Like let's just shake it off and get into #2.
I feel like if you play Protoss, you have to learn that very early on.
Yeah, definitely.
You should just be able to shrug it off, be like, yeah, whatever, you know, I took a risk and I lost. Let's not do that again, game #2. I guess in general, you always have to do that, but Protoss especially, it's important.
Definitely. Right now, we do see, you know, a bit of a stalker on stalker action. Nice coming out on top for now, does force PartinG back. We do see Nice with a bit of a probe here towards the bottom section of the map, looking to maybe throw down the pylon, maybe to throw down another gate.
Most likely. He is going straight up 4-gate blink this game, Light.
Oh boy. And I do love this as well. He even has a shield battery in the middle line just in case. And honestly, it's going to work out for him because we do have a Stargate opener from PartinG. He will be sending his Oracle across the map. That shield battery will help out, and it will mean that the game won't just end when the Oracle shows up.
And what did we say? Like, Nice, very adaptable player here.
Oh.
But PartinG, a very vigilant player.
Yeah.
He knows exactly what's coming his way now that he doesn't see anything in that natural base.
Yeah. It's such a smart move by PartinG, keeping the Oracle at home. That stasis is going to be huge here. We'll see if Nice is able to catch a shimmer, catch a glimpse of it. And oh my god, that's going to be disastrous.
PartinG is hiding it with his stalkers.
Oh god.
If Nice tries to blink on top of this, you know, oh, it's 4 stalkers. I have a whole bunch. Don't do it.
Oh god,
no! He doesn't have blink yet. He doesn't,
but he can still step forward. He has to be careful. He has to be so careful. Blink is going to finish up in a couple of seconds. He's going to be warping in a couple more stalkers as well. Yeah. This stasis is gonna basically determine how this fight is gonna go.
It really does. I see it so clearly, Light. Nice. Please see the shimmer. Don't blink through there.
God,
Don't
no,
blink
no, no!
on there. Blink through it. No!
Ah.
The vast majority of his stalkers get caught out. PartinG actually has more of a fighting force here. He can camp the stasis if he wanted to. He has Void Rays with Prismatic Alignment available. And now he's going to use that Oracle.
Yeah, at the same time, the Oracle does dive in, get a couple of workers, forces another warp in at home. Meanwhile, as you were saying, PartinG, he can camp this, but Blink is available, so yeah, nice 10 micro. Ooh.
And he does blink away. He is doing decently well to contain PartinG here on 2 bases, but considering he's on 1 base, he needs to do a lot more than that, and I'm not convinced he's going to be able to. PartinG is very well set up with shield batteries. He can, even without Blink, he can kite very, very well. He's starting to warp in. Okay, those are more stalkers.
Yeah, and what's scary is the fact that there are 2 shield batteries. You know what? There are 2 more on the way. There are actually 3 more on the way. Overcharge is available. It's going to be so difficult to break this, especially with just pure Stalker. No Immortals, no Robo units to help buffer, to help support this army. Oh, God.
Nice is going to have the best micro in his entire career to be able to break this, and I'm not convinced that's going to be enough against somebody like PartinG, who is well known for being able to out micro the best.
Exactly. He is the best. He is definitely one of the best when it comes to macroing his units. And Jesus, there are just so many shield batteries here. What do you do against this? Thankfully, like, because Stalkers have burst damage, they can kind of power through this. And we do see he's trying to focus down the Void Rays, but he doesn't even get one. Just
1 Stalker shy of one-shotting. He can try to take out that Void Ray now, but that's a massive risk if he does that. Still plenty of Stalkers on the ground for PartinG. Still 2 more Void Rays in the air for him. He gets Stalker!
Yeah, every single time he's just 1 Stalker shy and he's not able to take out that Void Ray. He does take out a Stalker though, you know, he is dealing some damage, but what is scary is that he doesn't have a follow-up plan. He is not expanding from here.
That he is not. As every second goes by, it is looking better and better for PartinG. 1 Void Ray finally falls, but I feel like this is too much. I mean, PartinG has an arguably better ground army. He doesn't have Blink, but he's got plenty more Stalkers. GG is called, and PartinG with that defensive instinct, shutting down the aggression of Nice, sets himself up to match point very comfortably.
Yeah, very quickly as well.
Could be a quick tournament today.
It could. It was a quick one last week as well, if you recall, due to all the the fast PvPs. But God, Jesus Christ, PartinG, his defenses were so good. He was so well prepared. Just throwing down that stasis at home as well. Just, oh my God, it was beautiful.
It really was. I'm gonna be really honest, Light. I was foreseeing the disaster, right? When PartinG was like hiding the shimmer. It was like, I know you're going for Blink. Nice. Why don't you blink right on top of me here?
Oh,
I was ready to blow out my throat, but thankfully that didn't happen. It was still disastrous regardless, though.
It was. And now PartinG just needs 1 more game to take or to advance on to the grand finals. Nice, he's got to bring it back, and oh boy, he just hasn't been having the best of luck here, not in this series.
He really has not. To be fair, I feel like game number 1, as you said, was a little bit of a coin flip, you know, nice kind of gambling and losing. Game number 2, though, a bit less of a gamble. It still there was still an element of that, right? He was hoping that PartinG wouldn't be in form and wouldn't be as diligent with his scouting, but this is something you can't really leave up in the air. You have to expect that your opponent's going to be scouting you at this level.
Yeah, exactly. And even though PartinG didn't necessarily see anything to anything that really stood out, he was still able to decipher what was coming his way, that he had to be a little bit more defensive at home instead. And God, it was really just on-point decision-making there by PartinG. And now our players are back. They are ready, and we are going to be getting into game number 3.
Potentially the final game.
Potentially. Oh boy.
Hopefully it is. Nice is honestly one of my favorite Protoss players to watch because he gets really interesting with his builds. He was one of the few players who, before the Void Ray buff, was really dedicated to Stargate play. I guess nowadays just about any Protoss player does that, but yeah, Nice was one of the originals, if you will.
He was ahead of his time.
He really was. Him and Bud always were dominating the skies of Taiwan. But we shall see. We shall very much see as we get into game number 3 of our best of 5 semifinals. Potentially the last one. Who is going to advance to the grand finals? Is it going to be our player spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in the bottom left-hand corner of 2000's Atmosphere, LE? Da-na-na. He is coming out of the land of South Korea, representing himself, his puppy bears, and his sponsor Corsair, the big boy himself. He is PartinG.
What song was that meant to be?
It was literally just like one line or one riff from what's it called? It's called something different. Damn it! There we go.
Yeah. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of 2000 Atmospheres LE, we have the Taiwanese Protoss player. He is blue. He is representing Team Alpha X. Coming down 0-2 in this best of 5 series. Can he bring it back here and now? It is nice.
I can totally see PartinG in like a Blink-182 music video, by the way.
I guess so.
He would be running down the street naked in that one video.
Oh yeah, 100%. Oh boy.
I want to imagine that.
Oh god. So we'll see how things go here. We'll see. Again, like PartinG has so much room to work with right now. Like if he wanted to, he could proxy out on the map. He could just take as many risks as he wants to, just because he's already up 2-1 in this series. Like, oh boy, the amount of pressure on Nice's shoulders right now.
Yeah, it's not pleasant to say the least. It's got to be, I mean, it's got to be feeling pretty tough if you're Nice right now. You know, you went for something that was a bit of a gamble in game number 1, didn't work out. In game number 2, you went for something that you actually did plan out a little bit, but got shut down super hard. I imagine that Nice is the type of player to be able to just shrug off these losses and just, you know, focus on the here and now and try to take this to the ace match, but PartinG is playing loose, and Nice is not.
Oh boy, speaking of PartinG, yo, he's not just making 2 adepts, he's committing to it. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes all the way up to 6 to just go across the map. And looking to be quite aggressive here in game number 3.
If he can shade through that wall, then I do not see Nice's probes living for too much longer. He's being a lot more active with his stalkers, and unfortunately, there is a lot of ground to cover on 2000's Atmosphere. He's expecting a proxy coming out from PartinG, which can't quite blame him, but does mean that they're a bit more vulnerable. Nice being a little bit cheeky. I imagine that's just a reinforce.
I imagine so. I mean, he's coming in with his probe, and this is important. He sees all 4 adepts. He knows how aggressive PartinG wants to be. What's important is that because Nice has these 4 stalkers out on the map, like we talk about it all the time, stalkers, they do fairly well against adepts. Like adepts kind of struggle like damage-wise against them. So if Nice is able to force PartinG to stay at home, like that's kind of a win for Nice already.
Yeah, we like to imagine adepts as like the Terran Marines, but or at least Glaive Adepts as the Protoss Marines, rather. But just like Marines, they don't do too well against Stalkers. He does commit, and he's catching reinforcements!
Oh god, he almost takes out one of these Stalkers, and he's forced to shade all the way back home. Meanwhile, the Stalkers are sneaking up the ramp, but they do get in. Oh.
And that was a kill on that pylon, but PartinG doing a decent job of turning down a couple of Stalkers here and there. And we did say that Adepts don't do too well against Stalkers, but it also takes a little while for Stalkers to kill Adepts. Yeah,
and there's
just so many Adepts.
Exactly, and they will be able to chase down these Stalkers. We do have a couple of reinforcements, so 3 Stalkers do warp in, and it looks like these will be enough Stalkers to clean up these Adepts. And again, what's important is that these Adepts didn't go across the map. It would have been devastating. So much damage would have been done. Maybe the entire mineral line would have gone down. But thankfully for Nice, they were kept at home.
Yeah, this could have gone from bad to terrible for Nice. Those Adepts made it across the map. He is pretty much all in, by the way. He is walling off his main base and just focusing on warping and Stalkers across the map. Now an Immortal is out for PartinG, and that can very much be the final nail in the coffin. He is trying to dive on it, but he bypasses a lot of Stalkers. eating up a lot of fire. But PartinG is finally starting to thin out over here.
Oh god, that he is. Both players are doing their best to try and keep their stalkers alive, but it looks like for the most part Nice is coming out on top. Oh my god, but a shield battery is finishing up on the high ground for PartinG. PartinG, he can afford to lose this Nexus. Like Nice, he's still on one base.
He definitely is. So he's looking for his next phase.
He's looking to expand, yeah.
He really is. PartinG, I bet he would love to be able to cancel that Nexus right now. Because there is no way he's going to be able to hold it. He's starting to run out of money.
God, that he is. That he is.
Hold it.
Meanwhile, that Nexus is getting lower and lower. He was waiting for his Immortal. Now with the Immortal, he's pushing down the ramp.
He needs to distract Nice as much as he can. Keeps the Nexus alive.
Wow.
Oh, but it was scary. If Nice wants to, we can just target it down now. Oh. Nice. Okay. I'm still staying at home.
He wants to so bad. What's scary is the second Immortal is about to pop out, and once he has 2 Immortals, it's going to be so difficult for Nice to do anything. Here, he does warp in 3 additional Stalkers. Oh.
How do you feel about maybe YOLOing this Stalkers? He's trying to go for it, but PartinG is dancing this very well. I should say, really good concave here for Nice. 1 of the Immortals goes down, another one's still standing though. And these Stalkers are in the red. 1 more shot from only a single Stalker to take him out. And PartinG holds, but he is bleeding profusely.
Oh god, exactly. But you know what's important is that sure, this Nexus may be low on health, but it's alive, and at the end of the day, that is all that matters. Nice, he's continuing to warp in Stalkers. He's so committed. He wants to kill it so badly. He focuses on the Immortal, but it gets saved by the Warpism.
Yeah, and now that Warpism is out, there's so much more micro potential. The Immortal will go down, but not before the rest of Nice's Stalkers get caught out. He is trying to reinforce with Adepts right now, which not a bad move. You know, try to even out the probe count if you know that you can't take out the Nexus. Nice. He looked like he wanted to expand for a while, but I'm not sure if I want to call it tunnel vision, because he did have a bit of an opportunity to try to kill PartinG, or at least kill PartinG's Nexus here, and he went for it, but PartinG was able to hold so well that now he's just behind so much. GG is called, and PartinG is going to be your first finalist of ESL Open Cup Asia 68. Very well played by PartinG. That game number 3, I think, was the closest that Nice got. It was not out there. Like, it was very possible that we got a game number 4 after that, but PartinG, he played on a bit of a knife edge over there and played it so well that he was able to just shut that down. And he's going to be our first finalist. We will have a Protoss in the finals. We could have a PvP, but again, I honestly don't think that's too likely.
Nah, it's gonna be really difficult. I mean, give your energy to Zaun if you do want that PvP finals. But again, you know, congratulations to PartinG. He did so well there. Oh god, Nice. He was so close to breaking him. And you're right in saying that, like, he had a couple of like options available to him. I don't know if you noticed, but he actually threw down a Stargate and he actually made an Oracle instead of going for that Nexus. I'm sure that if he did kill the Nexus of PartinG, he would have opted to throw down his own Nexus and, you know, try and get ahead that way, right, and defend at home. But because he just couldn't get it, he's like, oh, what do I do now? Instead, he invests in tech, and even though he did go for a Stargate and even though he did get an Oracle out, the game ended before the Oracle got across the map. Like, it was just done at that point.
It absolutely was. It felt like Nice was looking down a crossroads, right? After the initial wave got deflected. He was looking at his options. Do I get Nexus beyond here? Do I just commit? And unfortunately kind of went for the wrong choice. Yeah. Unfortunately. And GG, of course, well played. PartinG will be our Protoss representative in the finals. And now we are currently waiting as the other 2 quarterfinal matches are currently in game.